a great huntress in Africa. Everywhere she traveled, people honored her. One day she came to the kingdom of Togo. The king made a feast for her, which lasted 12 days and 12 nights. She said, "This is no ordinary feast." The king said, "You are clever. You are wise. I want you to stay in my kingdom, be my barber, and keep my secret. If you can keep my secret, I'll give you gold and riches, servants, anything your heart desires. But if you tell my secret, you'll be dishonored." She said, "It's easy to keep a secret," and she stayed. She discovered the king's secret. The king of Togo had 2 horns. The king of Togo had 2 horns. If people knew that the king had horns growing from his head, they would laugh at him. He would lose his power. I'll never tell anyone the king's secret. She had a house. She had gold and servants. She had everything her heart desired. She never told anyone that secret. But one day when she was in the market, talking with the other women, all of a sudden she started to say, "The king of Togo, I better be careful. I can't tell the king's secret. Oh, I won't tell the king's secret." But after a time, she couldn't stop thinking. The king of Togo has 2 horns. If I could only say it once, but she couldn't. One day, she sent away her servants. She closed the door. She shut the windows of her house. She stopped going to the market. Soon she stopped sleeping. What if I say it in my sleep and someone hears? I have to do something. One day, the huntress made a plan. She went to the king's palace and she cut his hair. And then she left the kingdom of Togo. She crossed a great field. She walked across a river. She passed through a forest. She went through villages until she came to the middle of Africa. And then she climbed the tallest mountain. She climbed to the top of the tallest mountain. There were no trees. There were no people. There were no animals, no insects. There were no clouds in the sky. She dug a hole in the earth and she said, "The king of Togo has 2 horns." And she covered it. Now she felt better. I can go home. I'll never tell anyone the king's secret. She went down the mountain. She walked through those villages. She crossed a great river. She went through the forest. She was going home. I'll never tell anyone the king's secret. She walked across a great field until she saw the kingdom of Togo in the distance. I'm going home. But when she got to the gate, there stood the king. "I thought I told you never to tell anyone my secret." "I never told anyone your secret." "Oh, the people are laughing at me." Then the great huntress knew she was dishonored. She turned and left. Do you know who told the king's secret? Each piece of grass whispered to the other, "The king of Togo has 2 horns." Each piece of grass whispered to the other, "The king of Togo has 2 horns." In Africa they say, everything is alive, everything speaks. It's not easy to keep a secret. Each piece of grass whispered to the other, each piece of grass whispered to the other, everything is alive, everything speaks.